It is so fucking cold outside.
It's frigid.
It's what did I say on my way to work the other morning? And my daughter just rolled her eyes. I said, it's colder than a witch's tit.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
I was hoping that was what you said.
It's exactly what I said.
I was hoping.
And,
oh, dear.
That was a noise.
Yes.
Yeah. And then she was all grumpy. So I decided to play a bunch of Irish jigs. And
that went well?
She bolted.
Well, shocker. Your child also did start texting me in Spanish the other day, asking.
Oh, that's the other child.
Yeah. Is this the other?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I asked you if I could call her an inappropriate name in Spanish, and you said yes, and it made my day. Mm-hmm. 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 And then she taught me how to use Translate on your phone, and I felt like a geriatric fuck.
Because she said, I'm gonna start messaging her in different languages. I'm like, don't do that. She goes, no, you just hit translate. She knows that.
I absolutely did not know that. And she had to show me, and I felt like such a dick. I was like, God damn it, I'm old as balls.
Old as dirt.
So we sat down to record, and I was like, okay, I have some good jokes, whatever, because I've been collecting them. I was hanging out with our unofficial joke writer this past weekend, so he always comes out with them. A lot of them I wrote down very incorrectly because I was intoxicated, which I had to go back and try and figure out what I did.
I don't buy it.
One of the last things that I had written down on here is from our lovely Australian friend who was visiting, Sausage's older brother, Danny. One of them is bear trap. Do you remember what a bear trap is?
Why does this have vague...
He calls a vagina a bear trap.
That's right.
He's like, show us your bear trap. He didn't say that to us, but he says and he calls it a bear trap constantly. And then below that, I have Megan Megatits.
I do remember this conversation now.
Do you?
I do. I think I said something like, that's inappropriate. And then it was like, okay, Megan Megatits.
Yeah. And I was like, but it's like my favorite is when I write that shit down in our jokes app.
I'm glad you wrote that down because I would have never thought of that again.
Same. And because I know to do it because I'll go to look at my jokes thing and I know it'll pop up and it'll be like, oh, I forgot I wanted to bring that up on the podcast. Bear trap and Megan Megatits.
Megan. He called me Megan the entire... No, first he called me Mel.
Yeah, I called you Mel at first, but then he called you Megan because I call you Megan. Which
all the time.
I apologize that you hate it. I need to stop, but now I can't. But I call everyone their full,
But it's not like all the time. You
no.
still say Meg. You usually just call me Megan when I'm in trouble.
But why I feel bad is because then I do it and then other people think that your name is... like they can call you Megan even though you don't like being called Megan.
I don't care. It's just, to me, it's weird.
Yeah. Well, it's like my friend Jacqueline. Like I call her Jackie because it
drives her nuts.
Yeah. Well, it's because there's this YouTube video that everyone's like, "Hi, Jackie. Good morning." It was like a thing, and so we started calling her Jackie. So we say it, then other people will start calling her Jackie. She fucking hates being called Jackie, but ours is like a nickname that we like.
Jake Quellen.
Jake Quellen is really what it is. But then I always feel bad when people are like Megan, and I'm like, she's Meg. She's going to kill me.
I'm going to kill you.
She's going to bite you with her bear trap. Oh, dear God. All right.
Oh, man.
Okay, you want to hear a joke?
Yes, I do.
What do you call a bulletproof Irishman?
What?
Ricochet.
Ricochet. I get it. Okay, that was a good one. That was a good one.
I could say it without doing the accent.
Yes, you could.
I read her one of the jokes that I fucked up writing down, but I was like, you're going to have to read it on the podcast because you have to say it with
an Irish accent that I don't know that I can actually do.
You can. We just have to remember you're not Shrek.
I'm not Shrek.
You're not Shrek. Say it again.
I'm not Shrek.
Good job.
I'm not Shrek.
Fiona.
There
it is. You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well.
Hello and welcome to Lunatic Soup, the podcast where we go into all things wild, weird, and unknown. We're your host, Meg.
And I'm Raina, ready to rip some Lunatic Soup.
Let's go.
All right, we got a new cider today.
New cider.
Ooh, this bitch is 8.4%.
This bitch is delicious.
You've had this?
Mm-hmm.
When?
Without
me? The fucking audacity.
When my very short friend was texting you very rudely from my phone.
She was.
I looked at it the next day and I'm like, oh dear God. She goes, fuck you, Raina.
But I also I know, like I wasn't even remotely offended.
She's so little that if she just has one drink, she's
they
gone.
Get feisty.
You should have seen when she texted my husband.
Oh, what?
I don't know, but there was a lot of discussion about tacos.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
No bear traps, though?
No bear traps. But she goes, Doug, do you like tacos? What kind of tacos? And she just kept going. And my husband's like, I'm done.
Yeah, that sounds like your husband to be. I'm done. All right. So we have a raspberry blossom from Seattle Cider. Imperial 8.4 percentage.
It's delightful.
Wait, did you get this at the place I told you, or did you have this at home? Oh, okay.
No, I got it from. Oh.
Dear God. Yes. I don't know. It exploded on me. I was about to say well, I don't know what I was about to say.
I jizzed on you?
Yeah. That wasn't
See,
what it
after
was,
this, we're having a Taco Bell dinner, and I bought a bottle of sparkling rosé for myself and Merlot. Nope.
Yep.
Cabernet for you.
It's delightful.
So this is kind of rosé-y.
This is, it tastes rosé.
Not super, but it looks it.
It looks beautiful.
I've been on this rosé train for how long now?
A while. Oh, that's delightful.
Isn't that good?
Oh, goddamn, that's good.
It's not sweet. It's very tart.
A little florally, like just
a hint,
a tiny
hint,
like almost like elderflower flory, like
but not gym sock florally.
Florally. See, I don't find gym socks to be florally.
Well,
personally.
elderflower can be a little funky.
Can it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we have had a funky cider with elderflower, I guess.
Yeah, and I was so hopeful.
And then it was tasted like ass.
I'm collecting ciders for our Irish episodes in March.
You said that. I'm very excited about
I
this.
found some good ones.
Oh, from where?
Just like Total Wine and More, or just like you can just search and it tells you where they have them. And you know what's been really good for ciders lately is Fred Meyer.
Yeah, you said that earlier.
10 out of 10.
Because we were debating on where to go to get stuff for tonight, and I told her to go to Grocery Outlet because they have random ciders there all the time that I've never seen before.
And they have them in 3 separate spots, just so you know.
Oh,
They have ciders in the fridge, and then they have them 2 other spots like in the section. So really look around.
Well, there you go.
If I didn't find this, there was also a 2 Towns Huckleberry.
Yeah.
It did seem a bit sweet.
That's what I was worried about when you texted me. I love Huckleberry, but
Huckleberry.
Yeah.
But then there was the Yeti one, the super dry, which obviously I'll get that. And they had a lot of Seattle ciders.
Not the Diabolical?
Diabolical.
It was
that's the one.
Diabolical. See, I was looking. I want that. I want to do something with that. I don't know what.
I just want it always. I want to drink it. I want to put Fireball in it, and then I want to drink it some more.
I thought you were about to tell me that you want it inside of you, and I was like, that's a little... Oh, actually, you do, because you want to consume it.
Duh.
I got told...
Why do you make it dirty?
Because it's more fun that way.
I mean, it is.
I got told last night by my middle child who has had a severe allergic reaction.
Oh my gosh, you guys, it's been so bad.
It's been so rough.
Both our houses have been like sick houses.
Yeah, because at the beginning of the episode a couple weeks ago, or Blackwell ones, I did a little... at the beginning, I said, this is an episode from 2024 because you had a child who had their tonsils out,
and it was a horrible experience.
Who's older, not like a 3-year-old, like an older, so rough. And then my daughter had this insane allergic reaction that they still don't know what it is, and then she had to go on these intense steroids. Last night at basketball practice, she was struggling to breathe because of the steroid come down or something. I don't even know. It was just fucking rough. Anyways, so we're sitting on my bed, and she's like, just wants to be snuggling, and I was like, of course. And she just looks at me and she goes, Mom, I just wish I could climb back inside of you. And I was like, please don't.
No.
I already felt your head coming out once. Don't need it happen again.
Nope.
Anyways.
But it's been really sweet. I've been working all week, and every time I call home to check in, my husband's like, she's playing on the computer with your daughter. Because they were both home.
I will say, it's the 2 who are best friends, so it makes it a little bit easier that they at least had each other. Yeah. And we brought yours a Slurpee.
Well, yesterday he goes, no, she's playing with her. I'm like, no, she's at school. Her mom told me. And then Doug goes, who are you talking to? And Lucy goes, oh, she came home early.
She went to school for an hour and a half.
Oh.
And I told her, I said, she wanted to go, and I said, that's fine. I was like, but if you need to come home, don't feel bad. I'll come get you. Because I could just tell she wasn't okay, but she just really wanted to go to school. She was like, I just want to go. It's the last day of the semester. I want to go. And I was like, do it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, I really love how dry this cider is because it's like, I'm trying to see if it has like a meter on it, like some of them. It doesn't. But it's very rare that you get the more, I know it's apple cider, but you get the more fruity flavors this dry.
Yes, I agree.
You know what I
mean?
mean?
A raspberry is definitely more of a sweeter cider typically.
Yes,
yeah,
or like that's why I was scared of the huckleberry.
Yes.
Which we'll try it this summer maybe. But
well, 2 Towns also tends to be on the sweeter side.
2 Towns is on the sweeter side.
Yeah, it just depends on we are clearly cider connoisseurs, so I feel like we know all of our local cider houses.
Sommelier, but
cider. What would that be called?
I don't know.
A lunatic.
There you go.
I figured it out.
We figured it out.
I solved it.
Yay!
Go me. I get an award. Anyways.
Oh, and by the way, if you're watching, you can see our sign in the back because last time, remember, our video wasn't working?
I do recall we struggled hard. It still needs to be touched up. I never fixed it, but it's there.
But it's beautiful.
Ish. It needs. Don't look at it close, but it will be beautiful. I got to touch it up a ton.
I love it. I love it.
Anyways.
I love it.
All right, what are we talking about today?
Today,
Megan?
we are talking about the moon-eyed people from Appalachia.
I had someone at basketball ask me, like, they were like, what are you doing after this? I was like, we're recording an episode for our podcast. They're like, oh, what are you talking about? I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And they're like, how do you not know? And I was like, because that's how we work.
we do it.
Like, I like to be surprised.
Yes.
Like everyone else.
We have a couple of Appalachia episodes coming up.
Because there's some fucked up Appalachia shit going on.
I was teaching this past week, and it was National Squirrel Day. And
you didn't tell me it was Lester's.
It was Lester's birthday.
I could have done a tribute on Instagram.
For Lester. But I told my story.
You told your story
with an accent and all.
I'm so proud of you.
I said,
you've really come a long way.
I fudged it a little bit, and I said my Appalachian mama.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's her family that was from Appalachia.
Yeah.
My Appalachian mama.
Yeah.
And she used to shoot squirrels and make them for dinner.
Delicious.
And the kids, they're teenagers, their jaws
hit the floor. I think I think that was my reaction the first time I heard.
You know, I thought this was normal until I got married, and my husband said, please don't tell that story. And here we are.
And you kept it locked in until we started the podcast.
And then it was that night that the power went out.
And you just made a joke. You're like, it was the squirrels on the power line or something like that. And then you were like, did I ever tell you that I used to shoot and eat squirrels? And we were like, sorry, what? I mean, honestly, it's actually a great story.
It's a great story. It's the story to whip out at like parties.
Literally, like fun facts about me.
But you got to say it with the accent.
It is not nearly as effective.
Should play that Two Truths and a Lie. And it should be like, I used to shoot and eat squirrels.
Yeah.
I went to Woodstock. I like cheese. Wait, nope.
Those are all true.
I like shrimp.
Okay. I like it. Mine would be, oh God, I had something up in the upstairs.
Woodstock 94,
that's
you guys.
crazy
I'm not
that's
that
happened
old.
to me. Well, my sister's was always that she got ran over by an airplane because she did.
Which sister?
Have I not told you this story?
Who?
Shannon. My oldest sister, the one who's always on here, my dad owned an airplane.
Shannon.
My dad owned an airplane, and it was a small Cessna, and we were pulling it out of, because you would pull it on a pole rope because they're not huge, and she was fucking around and fell, and it ran over her leg, like the front wheel, and I mean,
you got ran over by an airplane.
And she was fine. She went to ballet that night. Nothing terrible happened.
It's still a good story.
Oh, that's your phone. Oh my God. We're recording on Meg's computer because mine didn't work last time, and she just had a text come across, and I was like, who the fuck is that? I mean, I couldn't read the text.
It's just me.
Like, yeah, that makes more sense because I was like, what the fuck is that? Anyways.
Hang on.
I see my hot water heater behind us.
What would be your Two Truths and a Lie?
I got to think about this because I used to have one when I was younger or like when we would play this game that was, oh God. Let me think about it. Let me think. First of all, I used to at one point. Second of all, fuck off. I used to have a really good one that I would say back in the day, but I can't remember. You give me time. I'm going to come up with mine while we're doing this, and my brain will get there.
I had a dream about Shannon last night, now that you said that.
Oh, really?
Like, she invited me out to Hawaii. I went out, and we went whale watching. That was my dream.
But that's a great dream.
That was my dream. And in the house, I was looking for...
Churn?
Yeah.
The little ghosty?
Yeah. And I couldn't find her.
She's been having some... Well, she texted us that they've been having some weird shit go on again since they've been back. They moved back to Maui, and who knows? I think they're right near a graveyard, and I mean, everywhere in Hawaii is, something.
Everywhere. Literally.
Everywhere.
Okay, so today we are going to talk about the moon-eyed people. We're going to talk about who the moon-eyed people were and the different theories, and then I want to ask what you think it is. Because I have my thoughts, and I want to know your... So throughout the southern Appalachian Mountains, from Georgia up through the Carolinas, there are stone structures dating back hundreds or even thousands of years.
Okay.
And nobody quite knows who put them there.
They're kind of like Stonehenge.
Stonehenge. Da-na-na-na-na.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but you just...
Spinal Tap?
No.
Turn it up to 11. No?
Bear Trap?
Okay. So archaeologists have gone and studied these monuments, these stone structures, and they have no idea.
Aliens.
So obviously you go to the natives of the land and you ask them.
Yeah.
The natives in this area are the Cherokee people, and they say they know who built them.
Oh, okay.
The Cherokee people claim that when they arrived in the region over 10,000 years ago, like with the Ice Age, that they encountered beings that were already here.
So you're saying it's aliens. Continue.
I'm not saying anything.
I'm saying it's aliens.
They say that a group of fair-skinned, short-bearded people they refer to as the moon-eyed people.
Leprechauns.
Were here. Hi, I'm a little leprechaun. I'm a leprechaun. The emotions that just went over her face.
I think it was fear and then surprise and then what the fuck? What the fuck was that? Just kidding. But it is. That sounds like a little leprechaun man.
Sounds like a little leprechaun.
A fair-skinned little man with a beard.
So I want to talk.
Oh, sorry.
No, I mean, continue. Obviously. Because we are forging.
We're going to go through all of this.
Yes, we're going to go through
I've just never heard of bearded aliens yet.
Bearded aliens.
Okay.
They said that these people had large blue eyes and that they couldn't handle being in the sun, so they lived in caves and only came out at night.
Okay.
It was said that the Cherokee people would hear them scurrying around at night, and they were afraid of them. I mean, these were great warriors, and they were afraid of them and what they could do. It seemed that these small people had supernatural powers.
Little gremlins.
Like that. You feed them
Again.
Feed them after midnight.
Is that what you do? You feed them after midnight and hope for the best?
Gremlins. You don't feed them.
I don't remember.
Was it before midnight? I don't know. Something like that.
I don't recall it.
I don't know. I gotta watch it. Georgia and I just went through all the Pennywise, the It movies.
Yeah, you were
and
texting
shows,
me, and I was like, "Why the fuck are you doing that to yourself?"
I am fascinated, and then because I know the story, but like I know a lot of other Stephen King works, and I'm like, oh, that connects to that movie, that connects to her book, that connects to that story, that connects to that story. So that's what I love. The whole world building is like
insane.
Chef's kiss.
I love it.
Okay, so those I'm gonna deep dive here. This is a needed tangent.
Okay.
So this isn't really a spoiler alert if you haven't seen Dairy, but it's something that's in it. So years ago, like 20 years ago, there was a Family Guy episode where they cut to Stephen King sitting with his publisher, and the publisher goes, "Okay, what's next?" And Stephen King looks around, it's about, and he grabs the lamp off the table. It's about this lamp, and he terrorizes a little boy. Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah.
And the publisher goes, "When can I buy it?" Just because it's Stephen King.
Right.
In Dairy, there is a scene where this little boy is laying down and looks over, and the lamp is a monster and terrorizes through. I died. Like 20-year-long joke right there came to fruition.
Yeah, that's insane. Okay.
I called my friend. I called my husband.
Yeah,
that's dead.
But that's legit. When you see something like that,
that
yeah,
stuff.
That's amazing. I think that was what we were all hoping was going to happen with Stranger Things, was that it was going to do something.
We're not allowed to talk about Stranger Things, remember?
That's how I feel about it.
Somebody got real mad at us.
I know. Not saying who.
Not saying who.
Derek. Continue.
Not delightful.
Not tip shit. If you get it, you get it.
I'm sorry you have to witness this therapy session for both of them. I mean, that's what every week is it not?
It's our therapy session.
It's our therapy session.
Honestly, valid.
The natives would wake up in the night would wake up in the morning, and their fields would be completely cleared, as if a whole community had come out and harvested everything. It was said that there was a saying in the local Cherokee people that said, "Always remember, do not watch," when it comes to these supernatural beings.
Okay. And I feel like we know that from Appalachia. So we don't pay attention to it.
Some people would say it was just another tribe of natives.
Yeah.
The Cherokee people say no. They say that this was not a tribe of native people, and they don't know who they were or where they came from. They were here when they arrived.
Okay.
And that's how the lore and legend has come down through the Cherokee people. There are many theories that we're going to talk about. Obviously, you can guess some of the theories, or we wouldn't be talking about it.
What?
What? So we're going to talk about one of the more non-supernatural theories first.
Okay.
Because I find it very interesting.
Okay.
You might not, but I do.
Okay.
So we know that the native people have been here 10,000 years or more, right? And that the colonials are Europeans. Europeans. That's the word.
You got it.
I'm burpy from this cider, man.
Already.
Came over in 1492.
Okay.
But that was Columbus. Before Columbus, Leif Erikson made landfall in North America around 1000 AD. So almost 500 years before.
Okay.
Yep. Happy Leif Erikson Day.
Okay.
It was from SpongeBob.
I know that. I know SpongeBob.
I love Leif Erikson Day. I mean, you don't mess with the Vikings.
No, you don't fuck
We're
with the
learning
Vikings.
that.
Yeah.
We don't fuck with the Vikings.
No,
Just
they're
saying.
terrifying.
Just saying. So there are artifacts in Newfoundland that have been linked to ancient Viking people, proving that they indeed were in the region.
Yes.
There is a story of St. Brendan, who was an Irish monk who left Ireland in the 6th century to explore. And he came back years later saying that he discovered land that was covered in green and that was a lush landscape that many today say could have been Northeast Canada.
Yep.
So the 6th century, that's year 500.
Yeah.
So that's a thousand
long
years
time
before
ago.
Columbus.
Yeah.
So there could have been scallywags that have made it over and maybe... I don't know.
Teeny tiny Irishmen.
Teeny tiny Irishmen. The little ones.
The little ones. The wee little folk.
The wee folk. There's differences to these stories, but they all end, minus the Columbus one, they all end with them going back to Europe.
Okay.
So none actually staying.
Okay.
There is a story of the Welsh prince Madoc, and he was allegedly the son of a Welsh king. The story goes that the king died and all the sons began to fight, but Madoc didn't want to be part of it, so he got on a ship and I'm out of here, and he sailed west.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
I love how you say it.
And he landed in present-day Alabama, and he loved it. He absolutely loved it here. He got so excited that he had, quote, discovered the area that he turned around and he went back to Wales. He wanted to bring colonizers with him and create a new settlement. Story goes that he got back in his boat, he sailed west, but he was never heard from again.
Oh.
And that was in 1171.
Okay.
So that's down south instead of up north, but there's no proof that he actually got back.
Okay.
However, 500 years later, in 1666, a Welsh minister named Morgan Jones set out to preach the word of God to the native people.
Sounds like bringing Jesus everywhere.
It went as well as you could have expected.
I'm guessing not well.
Not well. The natives didn't want anything to do with him.
Shocking.
There was a tribe called the Doeg people, and they captured Jones and his traveler companions in the South Carolina area. Mm-hmm. And he was about to be executed, and Jones lost it, began crying, began begging, and he's asked to speak to their leader because he wanted his life spared. So the chief agreed to meet with him and approached Jones. Jones was shocked. The chief let him go, and Jones left, and he said it to me in Welsh.
Huh.
So that's interesting.
That's very interesting.
Jones was relieved to go free, but then he started telling everybody there is a native tribe that speaks Welsh in the South Carolina region in the 1600s.
Okay.
Now,
that is very...
Mm-hmm. There's other stories about, this is the legend of, the Welsh prince Madoc. And it's disputed, but there's evidence of native tribes that speak Welsh or with Welsh dialects other areas. There was a shipwreck in the 1600s, and the captain, his name was Stedman, also met with the tribe and was surprised that they spoke Welsh.
Okay.
In the 19th century, a governor named Robert Dinswittle.
That's a great name.
That's a great name.
Dinswittle
of Virginia put up his money to send explorers out to find Welsh-speaking natives. And when Lewis and Clark went out on their journey, they were given instruction to look for Welsh-speaking natives. So this was kind of like a well-known thing that they're out there.
Yeah.
But we want to find them.
We need some more actual proof that it's there.
Mm-hmm. And there was also some ideas that there was a tribe, because this was sort of a story of short, pale skin, long, light hair, big blue eyes.
Okay.
That spoke Welsh.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
It is weird.
So we have a little information about the Moonlight people, other than the oral tradition of the Cherokee tribes. But then when we have colonizers come in, we kind of get these other stories that we can piece together.
Yeah.
And the whole idea from colonials was that they were descendants of the Welsh.
Okay.
But that wouldn't account for the Cherokee people saying that they were here when they got here, because this was in year 1000 or 1100, not 10,000 years ago. But they thought, well, could they be responsible? Could they have been here for a while? Could they be responsible for the Appalachian mountain range structures that we find?
Right, yeah.
Because when you look at the structures, the way that they are laid out look a lot like the Welsh Parliament and the Welsh battleground areas and how they laid out their structures.
All right.
An example is the Fort Mountain stone wall, which is nearly 1,000-foot long, strong wall structure in northern Georgia. For the longest time, no one knew where it came from. But then, as the Welsh legend began to come through, they realized that is the same shape of the Welsh fortress in Wales.
So is this, because we all know my lovely, incredible sense of timeline in life.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs, obviously. Pangea. When does Pangea?
Millions of years ago.
Yeah. That's where I'm at, is like, okay, but were they speaking the Welsh they would all know? This is also like the language
Pangea
speaking.
was like
when would people
200
know?
million years ago.
Yeah, and when would the Welsh language have been established?
I mean, that would have been European.
Yeah, but then like at what,
it's with like, this theory, with the Prince-Matic theory, they came over, it was 1171, I think.
Okay.
Which would account for if there were tribes that spoke Welsh.
Yep.
But it wouldn't account for the original, oral story of the Cherokee people, the Cherokee legend of the Moon-Eyed people.
Okay.
But then they say, oh, these structures were made by the Moon-Eyed people. And then, Europeans come in to study it and they say, whoa, this looks like Welsh fortresses. So we're going to connect these dots.
I mean, I already have an idea. I won't say it because I know you want me to wait till the end, but I have a theory. Do you want me to say it?
What do you think? Yeah.
Well, we discuss a lot about how, because Appalachia was Pangea connected up to that area, separated, and that's why we feel like there's a lot of mythical things that happen over in Ireland, Scotland, Wales, whatever, and in Appalachias, that maybe there's some kind of a portal.
Maybe there's but the cave systems over there also are insane.
Yeah.
So that's all part of the same region, the same mountain line where Scotland connected to where the Appalachian mountain range is during Pangea millions of years ago.
Mm-hmm. These little gremlins could have been living in there, and then when it separated, they still existed in
they were in the cave system.
In the cave system the whole time. Just this whole time.
They could still be there.
Yeah, I mean, things live for millions of years. Why not these little...
Like phytoplankton.
Yeah, like that.
The look
Obviously. I knew that.
So these fortresses that were made in Wales were used to keep people out. So why were these very similar fortresses in the Appalachian region? And there's evidence that this was Welsh construction because the way the wall was built, and it used technologies that local tribes would not have had.
Okay.
So it used technology that the Welsh people had at the time, but that we know of.
Right.
Anyway, that's a huge caveat. In fact, in 1881, the Cherokee Phoenix, a Native American newspaper, talked about a discovery of 3 burial grounds of extremely small statured people. The longest skeleton was only 19 inches tall, and that was near a Tennessee town.
The little people.
The little people, the wee ones.
The wee ones.
The skeletons had adult teeth and were buried in coffins, and the article attributed this finding as a connection of proof that the native legend of the Moon-Eyed people was, in fact, true.
Okay, but also, we know this from one of the, I almost said Thanksgiving episodes, St. Patrick's Day episodes that we've done. We did one on the little folk, right?
The wee folk.
The wee folk, where we kind of looked at the lore all over the world.
And every culture has that kind of mythical...
And including, the Native Americans had a big... thing about the wee folk, and so that reminds me of this as well.
I mean, it could be that, and they attributed them to looking different than they did, because that added to the mythical "they're not us" type thing,
Okay.
Like vampires, they sparkle.
I love a sparkly vampire. Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't like it? Mm-hmm. Too mainstream for you?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. I want to sparkle.
It's so bad. It's such a bad
Sparkles
movie.
like a man, as my grandma said when...
I'm hideous, Bella.
No. I was referring to my grandmother talking about champagne one time, and she was looking at it. She goes, "It sparkles like a man."
Okay, that I'll take. That I'll take.
And she was in her very near the end of life dementia era, so she had no idea about Edward Cullen sparkling. So this was just her.
That was just
champagne sparkled like a man.
Perfect.
She loved a man.
I love it. When speaking to Native people, it is learned that these fair-skinned Welsh-speaking people were driven out by the natives to the Ohio Valley. There is evidence of a huge battle in the area around 1450, which is 50 years before Columbus. Natives say that the great battle between the quote, red Indians and white Indians happened in this specific area, and the white Indians lost the battle and dispersed.
Oh.
The story goes that the, quote, white Indians began to intermingle among tribes, and those unions brought forth the Mandan tribe. The Mandan people were said to be very different tribe of natives. They had fairer skin, light hair, and light eyes, and they built their villages on a grid pattern like they do in Europe.
Okay.
It's also said that they were different, not just in their appearance, but in how they did things. Instead of long canoes like all the other native tribes, they had boats that were called bull boats that were identical to Irish and Welsh built boats that were called coracle boats.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
So let's pull this mythics out of it. Let's pull the Welsh thing out of it. That would be a hell of a coincidence.
Hell of a coincidence.
When everything around you, all the people, the native people around you, all the civilizations around you do things one way and you do things a completely different way.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Like what was the inspiration? What aliens?
That's what I would want to know why. Because it came from somewhere. And for an entire community to adopt that, why?
Okay.
While the Mandan people spoke in their own language, they had a Welsh dialect, and some words were very similar to those in Welsh. So it makes sense that these Welsh people that came to the Americas and built life within North America in the 1100s, 1200s, that attributed to all of this, right?
Yes.
The natives say no.
Oh.
The Native Americans say no, that's not it. So when I say natives, I'm primarily referencing the Cherokee people because in most of my research, it was the story of the Cherokee people. Okay. It does mention other tribes, but the story is mainly from the Cherokee people. But the native people say, no, that's not it because they were already here when they arrived over 10,000 years ago. So it cannot be Welsh.
Cannot be Welsh.
But, I mean, it could always be that there was Welsh influence, right?
Yes.
That could always be it.
Yeah.
It doesn't attribute to these buildings that were thousands of years old.
Well, that's it. There's too many things that are like, how are they getting this same identical thing? Like, influence is one thing, but doing things identically to them is another. Yeah. That is another, like, that's something else is connecting.
So the Cherokee people said that they're not a people. They're a completely different race, like, of being altogether. A completely different, what's the word I'm looking for? Not race, like
I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
like species.
Species.
Yeah,
they're completely different. Like it's between us and lions. You know, completely different species altogether.
Okay.
So the Moonite people lived in the mountains. They were bearded. They were white-skinned, short stature, and they saw poorly during the day. We didn't have any evidence of their appearance other than what was said by legend until now. Mm-hmm. In 2015, the Cherokee Historical Museum opened up a display and put 2 stone structures up for the people to see. They said that this artifact was found, and it dates back hundreds or thousands of years ago in the Blue Ridge Mountains. I want you to look at this picture.
Oh my God.
That's what was found, and it's dated back a long time. Describe it.
So they're 2 like rock figures that are like together, but they look like...
It's made out of one piece of sandstone.
Okay, one piece of sandstone, but it looks like 2 little beings with big heads and little eyes, little nose, little mouth. Looks like little baby aliens to me.
But the eyes, look at this one. Look how the eyes are like carved out, like scooped out and rounded.
Moon eyes, like
what do they
half
look
moon.
Like? What does that look like to you?
An alien? What do you mean?
But what kind of alien?
Like the little gray ones.
That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
Like right off the bat, that's what it looks like.
First thing.
It looks like the grays.
It looks like the grays. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean.
So in 1797, a book by Benjamin Smith Barton came out, and he was a physician and natural history professor, and he explains that the name Moonite comes from them not being able to see during the day. Not necessarily that they had large eyes, but that they had to be out in the moon. That sort of thing.
But I mean, there is the thing, people with light colored eyes are far more sensitive to light in general. That's just where my head went right away when you said they couldn't see during the day. They had light colored eyes. I'm like, I mean, obviously it could be alien, could be whatever, but it just is an interesting correlation to what we know is true of light colored eyes cannot handle sunlight as well as somebody else.
That's true. And so it was said by the native people that these moon-eyed people were a plague to the tribe.
They were just a menace to society.
They were a menace to society. At one point, not only did they come out and completely decimate their fields, which, what does that sound like? Coming out.
Crop circles.
It happened only at night.
Yep.
Come out and decimate their fields. They said that they were bad luck if you saw them, that they could take away people from the village, that they were just nasty little buggers.
Nasty little shits.
But they were defeated because when the Cherokee people were like, we got to get rid of them, like they're destroying everything, they're taking our people, they figured out that when it was a full moon, that was still too bright for them. So they confronted them during a full moon and were able to kind of get rid of them.
What does get rid of them mean?
They made them flee. So it was said that they went west.
Okay.
Nobody knew what happened to them after that, once they went west. However, they did leave some things behind. There was the ancient city of Cahokia near the Mississippi, and it's said to have been the Moon-Eyed People's settlement, and we have ruins there today. During its heyday, the city of Cahokia was it was super large. It was spanning 6 miles and had about 40,000 people. In comparison, during the same time frame, London had a population of 15,000 people, and it was a 3 square miles. So this is double the square footage of London, and it had almost triple the amount of people.
Jesus.
Okay, so that's like the Welsh, the I don't want to say it, the whitewashed version of it, because it's.
Yeah.
Colonials must be other colonials, that sort of thing. But there are other reasons. So you touched on it.
Okay.
What if they're the Fae?
Yeah.
There's that reasoning too.
Because those are also mean menaces.
They are mean menaces. They only come out at night. They're tricksters. They definitely did not like being talked about badly or mocked. It said if you talk like when the natives said, we see but we don't talk about them sort of thing. They do not like being mocked, and they would come in more fiercely if you talked about them.
Don't like that.
Imagine that. Imagine if you said things that you didn't agree with.
And then people came for you?
And you got in trouble for it. Like, imagine, weird. I'm so glad we live in a country where we have free speech.
Me
and can
too.
say whatever we want and not have fear of... We
weren't discussing anything earlier about that, about how we needed to be mindful of things that we said now because everything's being monitored. That's so weird.
No, it's weird.
Yeah, wouldn't that be weird to
that
live
would
in
be,
a place like that?
I mean, I'm so grateful for these great United States of America and that we can just say whatever we want.
Yeah.
Just have an opinion.
Yeah. I was going to say something about the
ice
in my drink. Yeah, because
Do you need more ice in your drink?
No, because I'm kind of over ice. I fucking hate it right now. So I just feel like
your drink's going to get warm.
I don't give a fuck. Anyways, Cankle McTaco tits.
Leaky bag of elephant vaginas. And if you were to go out in the woods and found something useful, like a trinket or a knife or a stone that you could use as a tool, you had to verbally thank the little people of the woods. If you didn't, the little people or the moon-eyed people would find you and stone you.
That is very Fae.
That is very Fae.
Okay.
I mean, when I'm out in my garden, if I, especially in the summer, I've got a little glass of wine, collecting things, or I'm watering, I always pour out a little bit of wine and say thank you. I have a little dish out there that I'll put out just to thank the land.
Our friend Nikki, who is a medium, has said that you are one of... not the only people but you are able to the Fae, and you have an understanding apparently.
I'm special.
I'm not fucking with the Fae. I do not want that.
I'll fuck with them.
You fuck with them. I'm not fucking with them.
I'll give them wine. They're fine. We're tight. Yeah. Now, if only I could use that to an advantage.
How do we sick the Fae on ice cubes? Ice, baby. How do we do that?
All right, I'm gonna get back to you. I'm gonna go consult.
Why don't you go
Fae.
consult and like find out what we need to do? That's what we need to do. Is we just need to get all the
Green
witches.
Man involved.
Yeah, we got to get all the.
I'm tight with him.
The witchy people together to like go melt some things respectfully.
In
or
the most
something.
respectful way.
Also, did you know? Speaking of ice and melting things, did you hear that there's penguins all of a sudden in Greenland?
Oh yeah.
I had no idea.
What was it? What was the slogan? Embrace the penguin. Embrace the penguin.
So
embrace the penguin. I fucking love penguins.
We all know that. Like, I'm not the smartest. The sharpest tool in the shed. Let's say, but I was something that
sharpest knife in the drawer.
That too. Mm-hmm. That's something that I knew to be true was that there was no penguins in the northern hemisphere.
What?
That wasn't a thing. Fake news. But apparently,
according
to the White House,
the penguins.
Donald Trump's holding one of their. I'm sorry, Kenko McTaco Tips is
leaky
holding
bag of elephant vaginas.
Is holding a penguin's hand in
on an ice tundra, and the little penguin's holding an American flag. And
I feel like someone should tell the penguins.
Right.
Someone should let the penguins know that they now they live in the northern hemisphere.
I mean, I do love penguins.
I love a penguin. What? Who decided to bring penguins into this? Because I feel like this was against their will. The penguins never volunteered for this.
It's going to be like the penguins and the polar bears living together.
It's almost as if like they. I mean, if they're saying that penguins are there, it's like they're illegally or against, I don't know. Like the penguins don't actually live there. They must have migrated there.
They had to immigrate, if you will.
They immigrated there. So like that's interesting for them to.
I mean, they've got a lot of ice already.
Yeah, tons.
Yeah. Although I'm pretty sure that's the whole point because the ice is melting up there, and then geopolitics and all that shit, which
so much
is
It's a very interesting topic, if you will.
Embrace the penguin. I've embraced the penguin. I love penguins.
I think penguins
don't come after the penguins. Do not bring the penguins into this fight.
Right? They didn't even ask for this.
They didn't ask for it. They have nothing to do. You keep your leaky bag of elephant vaginas
away from the penguins.
Do you
want to know something about penguins that I just learned the other day?
Those penguins are all underage too.
Yeah. Well, shocking. That's their type. So something that I learned the other day about penguins, I don't think it's about all penguins, but I think somewhere down in Antarctica or one kind of penguin, is that when penguins get sick of the shit that they're like, what do you call it? Their flock? Is it the flock? Penguin flock? Yeah. I don't know. They're birds. I don't know. Whatever. Their group that they're with, whatever their tribe, are you going to Google it?
Mm-hmm. A colony, a rookery, or a huddle.
Okay. So let's say they get sick of their colony. Like one penguin, they just say, go fuck yourself, San Diego. And they just take off on their own. And then they're gone. And they don't ever come back. They just leave. It is a thing. I just watched this it wasn't even on TikTok. It was on, I was watching something on the Disney Channel or not Disney Channel, Disney app. And the movie ended and it just turned on another movie.
And it was like one of those Earth things?
Yeah, Earth things. And it was talking about, like, it was just showing this lone penguin waddling through the tundra. And it was saying, like, when penguins get sick of the other penguins and their thing, they just leave.
First South Park episode of this season at the end where there was just a lone creature wandering the desert.
It was a lone elephant vagina rolling around.
It was leaky, too.
It
was leaking.
And
all over the poor desert.
There's a lot of cankles happening.
Oh my god!
And
can we just? I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say, because what can we say?
We can't say a lot because we are now being monitored.
I'm going to talk about legends and lore and history because maybe somebody will learn something and learn from our mistakes.
Just
go back and listen to our episode on how the witches helped defeat the Nazis. Oh, that was fun.
Yes, that's what we have to do.
We need a cone of power.
We've discussed this a million times. We got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
A big cone of power. Mm-hmm. There's enough of us.
There are. I think there's more of us than we think. Okay, I got to find where I was. So another theory is that the Moon-Eyed people was a tribe of natives, but they had albinoism or albinism.
Albinoism.
Albinoism.
Yeah.
I saw it both ways.
Okay.
I've always thought albinoism.
What did you say it the first time?
There's some people were saying it's albinism.
Albinism? Okay.
I saw it both ways. I couldn't get definitive.
I would like to be like, that's not right, but I don't ever trust me to know what's right and wrong in these things. I don't know.
So this is a condition where the pigmentation is not in the skin, eyes, or hair, and typically this happens 1 in every 20,000 births, but there's a tribe in Panama that has the highest rate of albinoism in the world. It's 1 in 145 births that are albino in this tribe. And in their mythology, albinos are special and revered, and it is said that they were given the right to defend the moon against those who would try to destroy it.
Interesting.
They were dubbed the children of the moon.
Okay. So maybe it started off somewhere that these were the OG people on Earth.
I could be, and they were defending the moon.
I'm still going with that. Still leads back to aliens.
It still leads
to me.
back to
that
aliens.
leads back to aliens, like the first people or first beings here, the first.
Well, it's like it kind of leads back to like the the Anunnaki. Is that Anunnaki? I believe that's how you say it. From like what was it, 400,000 years ago, and they came here to mine gold and stuff like that. And that's how we got here, because their people were like, I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad.
And then they were like, oh, look at these Neanderthals. Let's mate.
Look at them.
Let's mate with them and create workforce.
These large beings.
And then that's how you got us.
Ooh.
And then their people mated with us, and then you got the giants, the Nephilim.
And then what happened then?
So much.
A lot.
So much. But maybe that leads back to this, where it was from that line.
Yeah, could be. I mean, I know to this day that still like animals who have albinism, albinoism, whatever, are still like, I mean, when you see one, it's a huge deal. Like there is an albino orca, and that one, if you get to see it, is like.
Is it here? Where is it?
I don't think it's here, but I know I've seen pictures of it. It's not. It's not in the Pacific Northwest.
Well,
I think
there's the moose too.
Yes,
there's that moose in Scandinavia that's like supposed to be the best luck if you see that. Which I would probably cry.
I want to say it's like there was something with the native people near Yellowstone that if there was like it was like a albino buffalo or something, if it showed itself, it meant something. This recently happened. I know there's that.
So that's kind of like a thing then.
Yes,
that if you are albino or have albinoism, you are revered. You are, higher up than us lowly peons.
Literally. I mean, unless you're actually just human and then people are mean to you. I found that's not very nice.
But there are other native tribes where the rate of albinoism are high. A tribe in San Juan and the Laguna tribes also have a high rate. Some say that this is because these native tribes are descendants of the moon-eyed people, and this is how they show up throughout the population. So remember that the Cherokee people said that they drove the moon-eyed people west. There's a tribe in Utah that talks about red-haired giants who had white skin and lived in caves. Now, these were giants, not small folk, like they were in the Appalachians. They said that they feared the sun and only came out at night. Natives in the area were able to trap these alleged giants in their caves, and they set it on fire, killing them all. That is the story that has been passed down for hundreds of years. But then in 1911, a miner went inside a cave and found large bones, which would put the skeletons at over 6.5 feet tall. And there was evidence of red hair. Isn't that interesting?
That is.
So
I mean, it just sounds like everyone has been against redheaded people for all of time.
For all of time. I know some very lovely redheaded people, and I know some nasty redheaded people.
My best friend.
But that's just anybody. That's just human.
True. But I do find that redheads are typically feistier. The redheads that I know can be.
It's because they have to defend themselves.
Well, they've spent so long defending themselves. I was just down at my friend Keelan's house this last weekend, and she is a redhead. Been my best friend since 5th grade. And when she was younger, was the most quiet.
Really?
Kind of like reserved. She was like.
I would never guess that.
It's kind of like, just very quiet, reserved, like, didn't say a lot, very, and became friends with me, who's like loud and outgoing. It's like, why friends like that work? Like, one
it's
is
like
obnoxious.
you and me.
It is, but that is. And like that kind of friendship works
I'm
really
obnoxious?
well. Yeah, it's you. But we were down there last weekend, and we were doing like a couple TikToks for I like made the cocktail pods, and she went on this whole tangent about being redhead and how like discriminated against redheads are. But it's true. People are so fucking mean to redheads. People are horrible. And granted, this is not like skin color discrimination, but like people are fucking horrible to redheads, and it's always kind of been that way. I love redheads. I love that they're feisty. I have 2 of them in my house. The cat, Jane.
Oh, I was like, your children aren't redheads.
No, it's my animals.
Your animals.
And they can have their feisty sides.
And Fat Cat is not fat, you guys.
Oh my God, you guys. Our
just
cat,
big
Ariel,
bone.
she's just big bone. She got on the scale because we have a new litter box that weighs them.
I can't.
And so my daughter comes in this morning and she goes, Mom, guess how much Fat Cat weighs? And I was like, I don't know, 15 pounds. She's like, 18 pounds.
Meanwhile, our little babies, Willow and Poppy, are 7 pounds.
Mm-hmm. 7 whole pounds of teeny tiny, which I wonder, when did cats fully grow? I got to look at
like
into
a year and a half.
Yeah. Our dog, Jandis, she's a redhead too, just turned 21. She turned 21 in dog years.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. She's
so
3.
She's 3.
21 years old.
You posted a picture of her as a baby, and I'm like, oh.
That was before we even chose her. I like have that of me snuggling her. We didn't even know she was ours yet. Even though after that we left, I said we need that fluffy one. And Tex and the girls were like, no, we are still. They wanted a white one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think we should look at the cinnamon ones.
I'm glad you went with the cinnamon. I think the white ones you would have been driven nuts with.
And they weren't fluffy, and they're very rolly. And I didn't love the. I wanted the fluff.
Yeah.
Because she looks like
a
lion in high heels. And then she's the one who chose Tex.
Lion.
And then she looks like a lion in high heels because she's very fluffy. And then she's got the little chicken legs.
So back to the colonials coming. Like, they came to North America and they saw these ancient ruins. Obviously, they thought it was their own people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Duh. It had to be us.
It's all about them.
And eventually the story of Prince Madoc started gaining popularity. Even back in Tudor times, Queen Elizabeth was convinced that because Madoc laid claim to the New World and that they were in the same bloodline, that this must be her land. And they were trying to convince her to take over the new land, the New World.
Obviously.
I mean, 'cause she wasn't dealing with enough over there.
Right.
We have to understand that colonials were mostly uneducated, and they hear a language that they never understand. They're going to try to pick up on similarities. So was it that they were speaking Welsh, or did they just come up with words that they thought sounded the same? That's a very real possibility.
But he said that the chief spoke to him in Welsh.
That's what he said.
He spoke to him in Welsh.
That's what he said. This was basically a story that went viral before the internet.
Which these things happen. It's kind of like everyone knowing that, or like knowing, but it wasn't knowing when we were younger that Marilyn Manson like took out his ribs so that he could
suck up his dick.
Yeah. Like that's something that everyone knew, and this was before the internet. This was before. This is like pre.
Yes.
That kind of stuff. It was just like word of mouth shit that got around. And these things did happen.
Yeah. So this could be just that. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's all about me, and so they come over here. It's this new land. I'm like, oh, we've already been here.
Yeah.
When I don't think I buy that. Now there could be that Madoc came to this area and then went back and then came back again. That could have happened, but I don't know if I buy that story that it went down and that there were Welsh. There could be words. In fact, there were some words that were very similar in their native language to Welsh words, but I think that's as far as it goes.
I'm just saying, there's also, I'm big, which we haven't talked about this yet.
Hoe?
That too.
Okay.
Absolutely a
okay.
hoe.
Absolutely. I'm glad we're coming out with this.
I'm a hoe for show. Actually. Faux show. Not exactly what I was going to say.
Okay.
Big currently into the podcast, the telepathy tapes.
Oh my God.
Which again, we've talked about this briefly before, but if you have not listened to it now, this new season is
new season. Oh my God.
It is.
I'm finding myself listening to episodes more than once because the second time I listen, I gain so much more. It is information dense.
It is, but it also is so affirming to things that I've experienced, like with my sister, or that you and I experience, like when you get close to someone that you literally have the ability to be telepathic with them, with everything, with whatever. And so then my head goes to like, what if, because this show, it starts off, the first season talks about like nonverbal autistic people and how they would always meet at this place called The Hill. And this is people from all over the world. in their minds meet at this one place.
This
is where
that's a very interesting take on it, but I can't disagree.
Because if this is stuff that's coming up now. Also, another part of this season is talking about psychedelics and how much psychedelics used to be used for everything back in the day.
They were.
And like the mushrooms specifically, but like all kinds of things. And it would help them connect to something. And like why that could be a reason that like maybe the Welsh language is something that was like
it could
one
be.
of the first of some things, and it like then it came down,
it trickled in.
It trickled in, and that's why some of the words are similar. What I don't know, just
that's a
it's
very
an idea.
Interesting take. I like that actually.
Yeah,
that's a very interesting. I mean, at this point, we don't know.
Well,
nobody knows. So that's a theory. That
I'm just going pure like supernatural, but also like, but this also at the same time, like the whole telepathy thing is no longer like a question. It is a proven thing. The United States is just one of the places they are still not accepting it. It is now
population wise, but the government has been using this shit for years.
Well, that's it. The CIA actually has shit about it. Like if you look into it, it's the forefront of thing is like, oh, this woo-woo, but it's not actually woo-woo. This is stuff that is proven to be true.
Yeah.
And it's just that you just have to, I mean, we're all just brainwashed, so.
Obviously. Probably this country more than others.
But like Asia, a lot of those countries, like telepathy is a very known thing. And
I just listened to the plant one. I loved that episode.
It's so cool.
It's so cool.
The plant, the animals, have you done the animal one yet? We did. It says in it that if you're like leaving your pet, that you can like mentally tell them to like come with you on a vacation. Like you, like even though you're leaving them, you like mentally be like, hey, I'm going here, but you can come with me
in your mind.
Like, and it's proven stuff that like mainstream media or like people, because we've just been taught that this stuff is not real, but like it is. It's actual thing.
No,
so
it is.
Why can't this to me?
I
makes
like
the
that
most
theory.
sense,
honestly,
that it is some sort of, if not physical, telepathic communication with
something
thing somewhere, and maybe Welsh was
maybe
like one of the first.
Welsh.
Yeah, the Welsh was like, well, the Welsh that we know it today wouldn't be the same, but like, at the time
Welsh
it was
confuses me so much.
I don't even know. I'm very Welsh apparently.
There's
no
sounds
German,
that
very
I
well.
don't
Yeah.
I don't know how to make those sounds with my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe that's part of it. Just saying. Yeah, that's it. You sounded very Welsh just then.
Thank you. Thank
You're welcome.
you. I'm trying to. You're my friend, so I'm trying.
Are you not Welsh?
Oh no.
Oh.
I mean, I'm sure it's there somewhere. But
Tex and I are both very Welsh.
Very Welsh.
Both of our sides of the family are, which is cool.
Very German, very Irish.
I'm very Irish as
Scottish.
well, but it's mainly Welsh. Welsh is my huge one. Welsh and...
You look Welsh.
Do I?
You do.
I don't look German.
I do. Look at us.
Look at us.
A Welsh and a German. Bringing you the spookies.
A Welsh and a German walk into a bar. What happens next?
If we drink.
They turn into lunatics.
They turn into lunatics. See?
You got me.
Making bridges. Okay. So this still doesn't negate the fact that the Moon-Eyed people were in this area.
Yeah.
And that there are ruins and the statue was found and the Cherokee people have these legends, and the Cherokee people lay no claim to the statues that were found or the structures.
They don't like these motherfuckers.
They don't like these motherfuckers. These were bad things.
They're
menaces. That's a good one, because I don't know if it was necessarily bad. It was when they started taking people, but it's kind of like the Pequodji.
Yeah,
it's a
where
menace. It was just like they remind me a lot of a Pequodji, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it just reminds me of my cat Poppy. We call her a menace, a cross-eyed menace, because she just runs. But I love her, but she runs around my house destroying everything. New curtains, holes, couch, dead.
Mirror, shattered.
She just now owns my mantle where the mirror once sat. She owns it. And so those are what those Moon-Eyed people,
they are.
Fucking menaces.
So this was, originally Cherokee culture and a story that was told in Cherokee legend, but it took off with colonialism. So could these stories of them being Welsh or European really just be whitewashing.
Yeah, which
like
absolutely
it could
is.
just be that. There's another theory of the true identity of the Moon-Eyed people, and some say that they are not of this world.
Which obviously, I feel alien to me is the most.
That would explain why they were able to build structures without the technology of the time or the land, and it would have allowed them to build these structures on such a great scale.
And let's say their cave
these are
system went down to the core of the earth where it's really the
journey to the center of the earth. There's dinosaurs down there.
There's dinos. That's where the leprechauns live. That's where the fairies live. That's where it all adds up.
It all adds
it's
up.
Like
and
the
it's probably a portal. I said that weird. A portal to other areas.
Well, which
maybe
that's what I was saying.
Antarctica.
And that's what I was saying is the portal thing still stands to this day. But that's very supernatural thinking.
Is it?
Apparently
normal.
Well, we're just taught what people want us to believe, and we've learned that time and time again. We are pushed what everyone wants us to believe, and I'm telling you that I no longer believe anything that that is getting pushed on us because
I believe stories. And even stories that seem like they're just fairy stories. I believe that more than I believe what's being told to me. You know what I mean?
Because I've watched history get changed from when I've learned it. And
history
like we've talked about,
is in the view of the
but remember
winner.
the stuff about Vietnam, how it was I was
Yeah.
taught one thing and then had family, point blank tell me that wasn't true. Who's like studying it, and I'm sitting there like, but
that's what your dad
my
told
dad
you,
experienced it.
Yeah.
Who was there?
So that's history changing to whatever we want
and
it to be.
It's not a like radical.
There are
whatever.
textbooks now that are writing about how Trump actually won the 2020 election.
I can't even.
We're gonna breeze right over that. So while we don't know exactly how the Moon-Eyed people looked, we can piece together that they had small stature, large heads, frail-looking bodies, large saucer-like eyes, and very pale, almost white, thin hair. And some legends say that the moon lit their hair to almost glowing.
Ooh.
I immediately think the Greys.
Yeah.
Immediately think the Greys. As I was going through this, because you have to piece through like different legends, and then there's a whole colonial aspect of it, and then I immediately think the Greys. And then when I saw that statue, like
I know they looks exactly like what the Greys
like
are.
The Greys. Or hobgoblins. Could be hobgoblins.
Which also we think aliens.
Which are pretty much the same thing.
Hobgoblin, alien, same. I love a fucking hobgoblin.
Love a hobgoblin.
I love a hobgoblin.
I had to burp. And then during the day, they lived in caves, which is a whole underground structure that I don't even know. I could be totally wrong here. I'm just saying this. I don't know if the Cherokee people knew about the cave systems or could utilize the cave systems or transverse the cave systems.
Which they are insane. And this is like fact.
Yes.
Under the United States, the cave systems are absolutely fucking insane.
And, there's a lot of history about how like the mob used them and things like that. And people would just go missing down there. And so I think there's a lot of supernatural stuff going on with the caves.
I agree.
Just like Wells.
Just like whales.
Just like Wells. Not whales.
Oh, whales.
Wells.
The wells are haunted.
They always. You don't know what's thrown down there. Probably a couple heads.
Or hobgoblin.
So if this was true, that they lived in caves and did not come out during the day, that means that they also built their structures at night.
Yes.
Which, go back to crop circles, that always happens at night. And it's quick and it's precise and it's a very specific design.
Yes.
It's a very specific technology, which I need to look into crop circles. I've gone down rabbit holes on crop circles.
We need to do an episode on it. Yeah.
Nobody knows anything.
I want to do an episode on it. I'd like to do not just a wild, weird, and unknown on it, where we get people's
what the fuck is this? Because
but
nobody seems
do an
to
actual
know.
Thing. Yeah. Well, I mean, because it's aliens.
That blows my mind. That blows my mind. That obviously, I think the general population believes that there are aliens out there or extraterrestrial beings, but as far as society goes, there aren't. But how do you explain that? All over the world. And he picked me up with his laser beam eyes.
He gotcha.
Shook me like a dog. Some say that they were just thieves who stole supplies and whatever they wanted at night from local tribes, and that they were dangerous when natives would go out at night. So the natives stopped going out at night. Kind of like little hobbitses.
Yeah.
Little burglars.
Hobbitses and little, like I said, gremlins before.
Gremlins. This is why the Cherokee people decided to attack them in the brightest full moon so that they could see them and that the Moon-eyed people would be at a disadvantage. And after that, they were never again seen by the native people or the Appalachian region. Some say that they are still in the caves. We talked about how maybe they went west.
Yeah.
They could have gone south. Like they could be why a lot of the tribes right now have albinoism.
They could have gone deep south.
They could have gone deep.
Like the inner south.
Like the insides.
The inside.
They went all the way through the center.
Through to the core.
To the core. So while the theory of the Welsh descent has taken a lot of the community by storm, there's also the theory of the Fae, a people native to the Appalachian land that lived in secret for thousands of years. And it could be like, the Fae folk or the fair folk because they're light skin. And then the theory that you have that it's all connected.
Yes,
to,
I think all of it
like the British Isles, the Scottish Isles, that sort of thing back during when it was all one land.
Yeah.
And we know that there's something freaky going on in Appalachia, and I'm not just talking about sleeping with your brother.
Nope, not talking about that. That is also not good.
Not good.
We do not condone that.
No. We will be very clear. Let's let our freak flag fly,
but not
that.
Not incestually.
No. But that's another thing.
Incest?
I think, the Moon-eyed people are aliens. They look like Greys. They're small in stature. They have large heads and eyes. They build things with technology that is not known to the people at the time. They can seemingly disappear and reappear. They do things that is beyond their strength, beyond to known technology. And they can harm people. There's stories of Native people being taken by them, being abducted by them.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think?
I obviously think it's aliens.
I obviously I don't think it's the Welsh. I don't think it's the Welsh story because the timelines don't add up. I think that it's part of colonialism when you kind of try to piece together that it's the same as Welsh territories or whatever, Welsh fortresses, things like that, or the Welsh language.
Yeah.
I think not being educated, picking out what words you would want them to be like, that sort of thing. I want to put that one to bed. Yeah. I don't buy that, and I don't think a lot of archaeologists buy that.
No, I do still think that the Welsh language part could be a factor, but it is a factor
based on more supernatural instances.
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, they're fucking aliens. Like that's aliens.
I think they're aliens or fae.
Well, aliens, fae, supernatural, something
but alien is more correct for this situation because of the technology used to build these structures.
Right, and that's something that we know.
We don't hear that with the fae.
No, the fae are not out there building Stonehenge that we know of.
Stonehenge.
Well, honestly could be because it's that area of the world, but why is it in those like areas of the world are these things happening? Like there's just so much, I don't know. Where there is the legend of these people or these kinds of people.
I mean, there is the legend of the Fae where Stonehenge is.
Yes, but but what if the Fae are, in a sense, aliens?
Could be.
Like they are just little alien beings. I mean, because what's the definition of an alien?
Something from outer space, but now it's changed because look up the actual definition.
That's what I'm.
Not illegal alien. No, that's probably in a big search right now.
No,
so maybe
just alien
past
definition.
That. We're talking about the beings.
Of course, it's like so belonging to a foreign. I mean, this is all, of course.
Mm-hmm. It's because they're from another part and in an imaginary line on an imaginary map.
We're gonna go with. I'll give you all of the things. So it's belonging to a foreign country or nation, or where was it? I just read it. Relating to or denoting beings allegedly from other worlds, and
because now we know that it's not just outer space.
Right.
We know that it's, a aerial phenomenon.
Yeah, hypothetical
or under the
water. Fictional being from another world. I feel like fall
could be considered
into
aliens.
That. Because, Well,
I think some people maybe considered aliens not supernatural, and I very much feel like they're in the same wheelhouse.
How are they not?
Because I think some people think supernatural are like unseen and they're a very real being sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. All right.
And they could take like what aliens can do as being magic when it's just technology that we haven't gotten at yet.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that adds up. But either way, I feel like they all kind of fall under one umbrella of things that we are not, I don't know, that we don't know everything about. And that
I'm telling you, our next watch party needs to be Age of Disclosure.
I really want to do that. I'm in.
Amazing.
I think that sounds great.
So what do you guys think? What do you think about the Moon-Eyed people? Are you from the region where the Moon-Eyed people
The
are?
Appalachia.
The Appalachian Mountains.
You got them aliens coming at you. You got the moon-eyed people sleeping under your bed.
Could be just be hobgoblins.
Well, they're not sleeping. They're out there during the night. They are creatures of the night. They're a lady of the night.
They're lady of the night.
Lady of the night.
Like
They're out there.
Roxanne.
Roxanne. All right. Anyways,
Okay.
Don't make me sing.
Please
We're really gonna get going.
do it.
Nope.
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 Well, we've got a date with the Taco Bell.
We sure
And I
do.
got 2 bottles of wine. I called her. I'm like, what do you want for wine? And she goes, I would like a Cabernet. So I went and picked the prettiest bottle. Actually, my daughter picked the prettiest
It's called
bottle.
Windstorm, and it looks like it has a nader. It's
I've
got a
got
nader.
naders.
Oh, I can feel it in my left
You
tit.
can right
I'm
there.
writing it right. Let me
Right?
just feel right
Wait.
there. Yep, the naders are coming.
Okay.
It's coming in a minute.
It's coming in a minute.
We are also,
She's a-coming.
She's coming. That's what he said. So we are like right now. This will air later.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, who knows when this is gonna
In February. It'll air in February.
Oh, happy
it's
February.
my birthday month,
Oh, it is
y'all.
your birthday month.
It's
That's
my
exciting.
birthday
You're gonna be
month.
old as tits soon.
Oldest hit.
Oh, my
the right
God.
one, not the left one.
Oh god. But if you people down in the south, hopefully everything's said and done.
Oh
Apparently
yeah,
they're
you got a
gonna
big
hit
snowstorm.
of the historical once in a lifetime snowstorm is hitting again.
M messaged me about it. They
Oh.
had, as of a couple hours ago, they had 6 inches. They were supposed to get 6 more inches. She said she got lots of snacks and yarn.
Good.
So she's
I hope you survived
good.
Snowmageddon.
Which I love you for that because I would not have yarn. I would have rosé.
I mean, I would have yarn and rosé. I got a plethora of yarn in my
Do
house.
you?
I knit.
I need a hobby.
I'm a knitter.
I made dirt today.
You did tell me that in a text.
That's
and
my
I said,
hobby.
I'm sorry, you made dirt.
I don't want to buy potting mix because it's got a bunch of shit in it. I don't know. So I bought coconut core.
Yep.
And then I bought worm castings and a bunch of other shit that I put in, so I know exactly what's in it. It was way cheaper, and I have
me
I
and
have
said
so
I made
dirt.
today, and I said I'm sorry, what? She
Also-
goes, you read that correctly, and I was like, oh, okay, well,
And I said I'm punched about tonight,
oh yeah,
and you were like, someone punched you,
I said I don't know what's happening right now. I'm just very confused.
and then it was a flipping off war.
Yeah, between you and my husband
You started it.
with an emoji, and then you flipped. Then he sent one. Then you flipped us both off.
Mm-hmm.
Then you flipped me off, and then you sent your children flipping us off, and then.
I'm dedicated to the bit.
You really were. But then we tried to get our youngest to flip you off,
Oh,
and
she
she
did.
wouldn't.
She
She
did.
did
Oh, she
eventually.
did.
Okay. And then as this was happening, my child from across the basketball court was scratching her face, flipping me off in front of all of the parents, and I was like, Kyler, stop. I was like, okay, funny at home, not in front of everybody.
Oh, man.
It's because I wouldn't let her play because she had a severe allergic reaction last night and almost couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
So she was mad I wouldn't let her play basketball, and she was giving me the middle finger.
Tough shit, kid.
I said, I'm sorry, I don't want you to die.
Not today.
Not today, Satan.
We'll see tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow she might. No, she is. Anyway, so
no.
she's not dying playing.
No. No.
No, she is playing a little bit.
No.
It's fine. She's basically on the bench half the time. So.
Sweet thing. Well, happy February.
Happy February.
We're
We're
going to go get some Taco Bell. Oh, and I didn't tell you my wine. I have a rosé.
Oh, yeah. Snoop
Dogg
Doggy
Sparkling
Dog.
Rosé. I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
I hope you enjoy it.
I will.
It's gonna be delicious.
It's going to be delightful.
Gotta live. Oh, I was gonna tell you a real quick story because I'm gonna tell you this. It has to do with kind of like what we were talking about. with my-
Moon-eyed people?
Kind of, and my redhead friend.
Elephant vaginas.
Not that.
Okay.
But my redhead friend Keelan. So she and I bonded because we both our dads died when we were babies.
Dead Dad Club.
Not babies, but we were both like, she was like 6, I think, and I was 9. Both died of a heart attack. Anyways, and so we were at her house, and it was like probably 11 o'clock at night. But so we had spent the day drinking. And the Seahawks had played and whatever. So everyone had been drinking all day, boozing, and then accidentally had some edibles, and maybe I accidentally smoked a little bit of the reefer, which I'm not, this smoking doesn't always happen, but I smoked a little bit too much of the reefer.
You?
So I was has a kite, one
Were
might say.
you?
And so she and I were discussing about, like, we were just talking about dads and, like, she was talking about how she talks to her dad all the time, and like she has a special place in the sky where she looks at and she like knows it's
that's
him,
very
and
sweet.
it was really sweet. And so she was like, "Come here, I want to show you." And so she was like, this is where my dad always is. And she's like, "And your dad's right there next to him." And we look up, and there's this like super bright star. And she's like, "That right there." I was like, "Yep." And we figured it out. And I was like, "Right there." And as we're looking at the star, it all of a sudden like flashes and disappears. And it wasn't a moving star. It was like that. And I'm high as a kite at this time.
So
mind
you're
you.
like,
so
Phoenix, batten down the hatches, get the kids.
But that's literally what happened because she goes, "Did you see that?" And I was like, "It just flashed and went out." And she was like, "Yes." And I was like, "It's aliens." She goes, "Well, I was saying it was our dads." And I was like, "Right, that was me too. It's our dads." But I was so high. I was like, "The aliens." Because now that I look at it, it was very much like I felt like symbolically because the moon and the stars are my favorite thing or whatever. But I was so high. I was like, "The aliens." And she's like, "What the fuck, Raina?" And I was like,
Get the dog. Janice, where are you, Janice?
"Someone get the dog. The aliens are coming." She was like, because I was so high. I was like, because my drunkenness normally would have been like, "No, it's our dads." Like, that's what it is. Or maybe it's the aliens or the lunatic or the, I don't know what was in me. But that's the weed, the something. And I was like,
Oh,
"The
man.
aliens." She was like, "No, it was our dads." And I was like, right. It was our dads. Which I do believe, like, sober me is like, no, that was our, like, how it was so bizarre with what we're talking about, whatever. But my stone self was like, "The aliens." Isn't that a good
I
story?
would have loved to be, not for this because that was a very sensitive moment, but I would have loved to be for this moment because I would not be high. And I would have I know exactly what to do to get you wound up. And I would have done all of it.
Honestly, that was really a great moment for me in my life.
Man. Well, y'all, I hope you enjoyed this episode.
And I hope you just go and get yourself some fucking lunatic soup.
And remember, in this crazy world,
You guys, it's so fucking good to be a lunatic.
it is.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.